Big thanks to my brother-in-law Jared, who got a lot of this footage for me. Thanks, mate. So as we all know, round 5 2023 in the AFL was the gather round. All the teams made their way to South Australia to play at either Adelaide Oval, Norwood Oval and Mount Barker. Overall, the AFL and the South Australian Premier, Peter Milanauskas, claimed that the gather round was a flying success, especially with both SA teams winning their respective games. On the back of that, the South Australian Premier, along with Gillon McLachlan, announced that the AFL gather round will remain in South Australia up to 2026. I would be really interested to see what this has done for the SA economy in terms of tourism, food and beverage sales, and overall what sort of economic boost this has done for the Adelaide and South Australian area. My bet that this would be tens of millions of dollars that have been injected into the South Australian economy, which is great for the state. South Australia is very much an AFL state. As you know, we have the two major teams, the Adelaide Crows and the Port Adelaide Power. Both those teams were given the primetime slots, being Thursday night for the Crows and Saturday night for the Power, both winning those games, which was great to see. The Adelaide Oval is conveniently located just outside the Adelaide CBD with a short walk across the iconic Riverbank pedestrian bridge, which is all within walking distance from food, drinks and more importantly the Adelaide railway station, which you can take for free on footy days. Walking through the streets of Adelaide was almost like playing team bingo. You could see a different supporter wearing their team colours even on days where those teams weren't playing. The city was abuzz with footy fans from all over Australia, not only just South Australia. I really enjoyed myself with the variety of games and the entertainment that came with it, and I'm looking forward to next year's event and will be interested to see if they're able to make it even better than this year. With all of that said, I think there's a few things that I think could change next year to make the overall event a little bit more attractive to interstate viewers and visitors, and there are some negatives that I found over the weekend, and most of these I think are fixable by the state or people who are travelling to South Australia to watch the gather round. I think one big one would be to see more ovals in South Australia. There are some really good ovals in Adelaide, just outside of Adelaide at the Elizabeth Oval, which is home to the Centrals. I think this would be a perfect venue to get, I don't know what their capacity is, 10 to 15,000 people, very similar to Norwood. Accommodation was really hard to find in Adelaide. I actually booked my gather round tickets in December 2022 and almost immediately went to book a hotel for the Friday and Saturday night. The hotels knew this event was coming and their prices were insane. For a very simple room, that's usually about $140 to $180 a night, was well over $400 per night. It just priced me and I'm sure a lot of people out of this, which probably hurts attendance in the long run. If you were in a larger group, there were AirBNBs that you could hire. Some of these were up to $1,000 for the 3 nights, price gouging at its finest. Adelaide clearly doesn't have the affordable accommodation to support an event like this, and I hope they fix that next year for the 2024 gather round. I'm sure seeing some of these hotel prices would have scared away some interstate or, like myself, country SA viewers from making the trip down to Adelaide for more than one day. If you don't have friends or family that you can stay with in Adelaide, then you're more than likely just going to stay for the one day or do a day trip. The before the game entertainment, being the Veronicas, sounded like an alright deal, but it was quite lackluster and almost seemed like a last minute decision. There was no stage, no fancy lighting or fireworks for the event. It just seemed like 2 random girls in the middle of the oval singing to a very dead crowd. I know it was raining, so that would dampen moods quite a bit, and to the Veronicas' credit, they seem to do a really good job, but I think overall this could have been handled a lot better. It was a very strange decision. I think it would be better if it was like the Super Bowl to have it at halftime. Lastly, I know it might sound a little bit picky, but the way they counted the crowd attendance was a little strange to me. For example, if you bought a ticket for the Saturday match and watched the Bombers D's game, then left the Oval and to go home or whatever, you weren't in attendance for the Port game, but you're still counted as there. Not sure how they would fix this, whether you could actually get tickets for the afternoon game and then also the night game, and you scan both to, I guess, prove that you're going to be at both games. I'm not entirely sure, but you can take a look here at the crowd. I know it was raining, but on the TV they said this was 57,000 people, which is just clearly a lie. Overall, I think the gather round was a big success and look forward to the 2024 version of the event. I'll definitely try to get down a little bit earlier and do a bit more stuff involved that is not directly AFL related. Go to the gather round event room, which you can see in some of the videos. And I think 2026 might be a little bit long to keep it in one spot. It would have been nice to have it in Adelaide for this year and next year and then move along to, say, Sydney, Perth or Brisbane. I think that's a very long time to be in one place, but good for South Australians, good for me, because I can go there and record plenty of videos for you in the coming years. Thanks for watching, and as always, leave a comment saying thanks, J-Rod. See you in the next one.